Hello everyone, welcome to Achievers IAS classes. Let's begin our discussion on the current events of 15th December 2018. The first issue in news is an editorial regarding the fall in retail inflation and its impact on the consumers as well as producer of food articles. As you can see, there are two competing interests here. While falling food prices are beneficial for the consumers, especially in the urban markets, they are detrimental to the producers of food and also further intensify the already prevailing agrarian distress. Retail inflation has dropped to a 17-month low, and food prices in particular are now in a deflationary category which stand at minus 2.61%. This is primarily due to fall in the prices of various essential food items, which, as I said earlier, is beneficial for the urban consumers as well as the Reserve Bank of India, which will have more room in deciding the policy interest rates. However, it is bad news for the producers of food items, not only due to the falling remunerative prices, but also impacting the landless labor and rural demand. At the core of this issue, there is also unpredictability of farm prices, which exhibit an extreme level of volatility due to the various supply side issues which plague the agricultural sector. Also, the agricultural marketing system and the various cartels have further suppressed farmers' income, thereby deepening the rural distress. In this regard, various farmer producer companies have stepped in and guided the farming community to use several hedging tools to minimize the price risks, but these are too few to make a difference. Given this and the general election pending next year, various state governments across the country have resorted to short term relief measures such as the farm loan waivers, and in some cases have also engaged in competitive battle to offer the highest extent of loan waiver to farmers. Also, there is pressure to announce higher minimum support prices for various agricultural goods, but one shouldn't forget that the poor implementation of MSPs is one of the reasons for the prevailing agrarian distress. Therefore, real reform in the agricultural sector is crucial to enable farmers to make their own business decisions with better outcomes. On that note, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the setting up of the National Medical Devices Promotion Council under the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion in order to give a fillip to the medical devices sector. The medical device sector is a sunrise industry which plays a critical role in the healthcare ecosystem of a country. The manufacturing and trade in these devices is growing steadily, including a wide range of products. However, it is predominantly import driven, which account to over 65% of the domestic market. Therefore, the National Medical Devices Promotion Council has been set up in order to facilitate and promote development of the Indian medical devices industry, hold periodic seminars, workshops, and other activities to understand the best global practices and thereby include the same in the industrial and trade policies, identify the redundant processes and render technical assistance to various agencies and departments, support dissemination and documentation of various international norms and standards for medical devices, and finally, make recommendations to the government based on the industry feedback, including various trade related interventions for related markets. For further details on this issue, please refer to the notes provided on the website. The next issue in news is regarding the launch of the Eco Nivas Samhita, which is an energy conservation building code for residential buildings. The code was launched on the occasion of the National Energy Conservation Day of 2018, and the implementation of the code will give a fillip to the energy efficiency in residential sector. It aims to benefit both the occupants and the environment by promoting energy efficiency in design and construction of homes, apartments, as well as townships. The implementation of the code is expected to save 125 billion units of electricity every year by the year 2030, which is equivalent to 100 million tons of CO2 emission. The final issue in news today is regarding the constitutional crisis in our neighboring country of Sri Lanka. As you are aware, the Sri Lankan president had removed Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe as the country's Prime Minister and reinstalled Mahinda Rajapaksa as the Prime Minister, even though he failed to prove his majority in the parliament. These ill-advised moves of the Sri Lankan president were struck down by the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka, restrained Mr. Rajapaksa from functioning, and also reinstated the legislature, which was dissolved by the president Mr. Maithripala Sirisena. The ruling has significantly affected the president's credibility by categorically stating that the dissolution of the Sri Lankan parliament was illegal and void, and rejected the president's claim that it is his right to dissolve the parliament at any time. The governance vacuum and the absence of clarity on whether there was a legitimate government in Sri Lanka had left various countries and multilateral financial institutions in a confusion with respect to the official dealings. In this regard, the court has upheld the constitutional provisions of Sri Lanka by reinstating the dissolved legislature and the ousted Prime Minister, which is seen as the first step in resolving the constitutional crisis in the country. On that note, I'm wrapping up today's news analysis. Do like, share, and comment to support this initiative. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.